You asked for it. So here it goes. Let's get comfy. Let's get situated because I'm going to share 5 different examples of UGC videos I have created for brand. You'll get to see some that have been run as ads, some that I feel a certain way about. You'll know what I mean when we get there. And other ones that are just different styles so that you have good examples of what these videos look like. Let's dive in, but first, disclaimer, and a huge disclaimer, so listen up. Every brand will ask you for something different. Every brand is at the core of it looking to use this content for a different purpose. The better your content will be in their eyes is all tied to the communication that you have with the brand. Hold on, there's like too much noise from this window, right? Okay, I think that's better. So the more that you communicate with them, the more that you understand what is this content for, what platforms are you going to be using it in, what style will it have music on top, are you looking for a voiceover? Like, the more questions you ask, the better your content will perform. These are examples, and these are specific examples because these brands were looking for this specific thing. Ask what they want versus copying what you'll see. Basically, let these videos just serve as a guide. So, let's pull up, I have a folder with all the content that I've done. Let's record this and let's go to LG brand and UGC content. So there's a lot of videos here. Let's go to this folder. The first one, so a really good one for the first example is right here. So this, as you can see, was actually run as an ad. Like, the ad came up for myself. I've already gotten it probably 3 or 4 times that other people see me in an ad, but seeing yourself in an ad is like you're scrolling and then you're like, wait, hold on, this is me. I didn't post this today. Like, what's going on? So I found myself in an ad. That was weird, but here is the full video for you guys to watch first, and then we'll react and basically like ungloss, if that's a word, like just break up what's in this video. Here it goes. If you love plant-based milk and haven't heard about Joy, you need to listen up. Unlike some of the other cashew milks, this is only made from USDA organic cashews. Add water and you have about 7 quarts of cashew milk. I am obsessed and I use it now for everything. This was a super short video. It was a 15-second clip that they were looking for. Let's see. I'm gonna go back and honestly, I think there's things about this video that I would change. This video was probably done, I think 2, maybe 3 years ago. So I've learned more about it, and hopefully these tips can help you out also as you guys are creating videos. Not only UGC videos, this literally applies to any video that you're putting up on internet. So if you love plant-based milk, at the beginning, I love those styles of hooks, and that's very like my style. My style is always like calling out, like doing like a question type. So I love this because if you are into plant-based milk, you're like listening up. Heard about Joy, you need to listen up. Now, unlike some of the other that switch right there, that just went from me recording face to face to me recording like this. So before I was doing like selfie mode, and then I was doing like this with the object right here. Well, there's a change in the microphone, and I think it's very obvious, and I think you can definitely hear that change. Like, one is a bit louder and then the other one is softer. Now, this doesn't mean to record everything. Well, you can record everything using a mic, that's even better. But it doesn't necessarily mean that if you did record like this, that the video's gone and you can't use that. No, the only thing I would do is in post-production, when you're using your app to edit, whether that's CapCut, Videoly, InShot. I'm trying to think of what else I use. I think my favorites are InShot and CapCut. So normally back in the day, now I'm using CapCut. Back in the day, I was using InShot. Honestly, all you would do is just go in InShot, click on that clip, and raise that volume a bit more so that it matches the whole video. You basically want to put on headphones or something where the sound is just very clear. You want to make sure that the audio is crisp and clean throughout the whole entire video. This is only made from USDA organic cashews. Add water and you have about 7 quarts of cashew milk. I am obsessed and I use it now for anything else for this video. Oh, okay, so these graphics I did not do. If I were to add these graphics, that is a great example of an add-on, like the logo, their text, and their branding. I can definitely do that if I want. I mean, honestly, sometimes like graphics and animations just aren't worth it, but it is good if you want to do like a little add-on to increase what you're charging per video. It's obviously a great thing to do. Just know that, first of all, you have to have the skills. Don't offer things you have no idea on how to do. Number two, have the time. So me personally right now, I think I wouldn't do it, and we'll get into what I've been currently doing with UGC right now, but this was done completely by them. So all I provided was the video. And that's example number one. If you have any questions about any specific style or any of the examples that I'm showing, drop them down in the comments. I always respond to your comments. Now, example number two, ooh, this was a good one. So this example number two is going to be a seasonal one, and it's right here. Okay. Oh, stopped recording for some reason. So this second one, as I mentioned, it's going to be a seasonal one, so it's very cool. And let's take a look. The holiday season is right around the corner, and we know how hard it can get to find the right gifts. So here's my ultimate hack. It's giving Poo-Pourri to all my friends and family. In case you didn't know, Poo-Pourri is a before you go spray, so you leave the bathroom smelling amazing. Everyone that has tried it is obsessed with it, and right now they have these seasonal scents that literally make the perfect gift. Okay, so back in the day when I was doing a lot of UGC, like there were times where I would have to do, I had literally a closet of everything I would get delivered. It was honestly, it felt like Christmas. It was pretty great. But when it came to filming, like anything that you do with time, at first it's like, oh, this is so cool, this is so easy. And then like anything, it's a job. You're making money for it. You literally have to put in the work. And when you see all the products lined up and you know that that's going to take hours, it's like, here we go. So I created processes, I created systems, because that's just how my business brain works. So something that I would do, unless the brand asked otherwise, is do the intro with my face, because obviously the first 3 seconds of a video are very important, and then I would just focus on the product. That way, honestly, so many things here. It was a lot easier if they needed revisions, because most of the times it wasn't from the first thing, and if it was, that's easy to refilm, and we're gonna talk about revisions. But then here, like that's so easy. I don't have to look the same exact way that I'm looking that exact day. I can just go back and film with the product. So that's a little tip. Sometimes it works. It depends, again, on what the brand is looking for, but it does make revisions easier. But I am going to get into now what I do with revisions, because revisions can come and haunt you. So basically, this product is obviously a seasonal product. They wanted it to be very Christmassy. I could have done a lot better by using an actual background instead of white. And one thing that you guys might, I don't know, let me know if you do notice, it's so hard to film and do stuff with one hand, and that's exactly what I was doing. If I used a tripod, I could have literally just like set the products out so much better. You see like one hand like trying to put them all together, but the brand liked it, which is what's important. So there you go. This is an example of a seasonal one, a short one, and not really like a pushing promo one, just one that a brand is going to use for a specific time. That's why it's so important to know what they're looking for, and also not like hard sales, just hey, like if you're looking for a gift, this is a great idea. Example number two, let's move to number three. All right, for number three, I picked this product to show you guys. Where is it? Okay, this one. Let's talk about formats, because off the bat, you can see how this one is super small compared to the long one. So maybe the past one, the Poo-Pourri one, they were running on Reels, on TikTok, whatever that might be. This is very small, 1x1, which honestly, I don't know. I don't know why this brand wanted a 1x1. I never ever recommend, if you're a brand using content, if you are posting content for your own brand, don't post 1-to-1. Even if it's an Instagram post, like not even a video, it should always be 4x5 so that it takes up the full screen. 1x1 is just so small. And I remember, even if I did have to film 1x1, I always record normally, and then on InShot, I just format it to whatever size they're looking for. That's the only difference, unless they want horizontal. That's when you would film differently. But other than that, always film like this, and then just format it in post-production. You just have to make sure that you are a little further back, or else it gets cut up. So let's watch it. Everyone has asked me about my water bottle today. This completely leak-proof water bottle is from Zulu Athletics. My favorite part is that it comes with this lock, so that way when I close it, I can ensure that nothing will spill out. With 64 ounces of capacity, it's the perfect amount for you to drink throughout the day, and it even comes with time markings to make sure you stay on track. Grab your own Gold's half-gallon water bottle and even get free shipping on orders over $35. Okay, this example is a perfect one of something they were pushing. They wanted to push free shipping. They wanted to push the orders over, I think I said 35, something like that. They provided those bullet points. So for all of these examples, I think example number 4, so the next one is actually going to be a full scripted one. Other than that, all the brands just provided bullet points. I sent over what I was going to say. It got approved, and then that's when I started filming. So here, what I would do differently, probably just stand a little further back. I think overall it's a good video. Obviously, I would personally change the format of it. I don't know why they wanted it that small. And basically, I mean, it's a good video. You're pushing a certain thing, you show it. Like, honestly, I love this product. I am obsessed with that water bottle. I wish I was traveling with it, but I'm not traveling with it because imagine me carrying that thing, that hunk of junk throughout the airport. No. So that's pretty much it for that one. It's a really good example of a sales video. And let's move on to number 4. Number 4, we're actually moving over and we're going to this one over here, and I want to show you number 4. Okay, so this example right here is a great example because this video is scripted. This video is horizontal, so I filmed it completely different. I actually filmed this not with my phone. All the other ones were with my phone. I filmed it with this camera right here that you're currently seeing me from. I was the one that added the logo and the line underneath. I did charge more for that. Let's watch it. Designed during the pandemic, the no touch button works with just a wave of your hand. Hello. Or a push. Hello. The transparent top aids the no-touch operation and is an excellent conversation piece and home or desk accessory. Need that special gift for someone who needs this? This is it. Record up to a 10-second message, and if you don't like it, just re-record it. This video, as you can see, we're not pushing sales, free shipping, blah, blah, nothing like that. The only kind of like pitchy that I made was, hey, if you're looking for a gift, this is a great gift for someone. And this was actually part of what the brand wanted me to add inside. This video is a great example of an educational style of video. I actually did probably like 5 or more videos for this brand on their different buttons. And it was basically that. It was teaching the consumer how to use the button, how you would record it, how you can reset it, like all that good stuff. So this is a very, very different style of video. And you can see the contrast. You can see the difference in my tone. You can see the difference in the setting. You can see the difference in how it's being pushed, how it's being promoted. So it's a really great way for you to actually visualize different examples and know that all of these different styles are possible for you to offer as UGC videos for brands. And let's move on to number 5 before I get into tips on revisions, what I'm currently doing with UGC, what I'm offering, etc. Number 5, I picked, this is a really cool brand. Okay, so for number 5, I picked Huppy, which is a very cool ecological like toothpaste brand. And for some reason, like I loved how this video came out. Let's watch it. I finally did it. I decided to try the Huppy toothpaste tablets. I've been wanting to go plastic free. I was a bit scared, but I'm so glad I finally did it. And it's so easy. All you have to do is chew, brush, and rinse. These tablets dissolve so easily, and my favorite part is that you still have the same foam. It leaves me feeling super fresh and with whiter teeth. Trust me, these are so much better than toothpaste. Going sustainable has never been easier than with Huppy. Start your subscription today for only $8. Okay, this was also a brand that wanted to push something, but let's ungloss and break apart the whole video from the beginning. So one thing that I love in the beginning is adding movement. So creating that zoom in to zoom out, dropping something from above, throwing it in the scene, throwing it on the table. Those are all great examples of just creating movement, making the person like what's going on in this video. And that's something that I absolutely love doing. And obviously brands love it too. I decided to try the Hub. Then I did the unboxing. So when you are doing an unboxing, sometimes, as I mentioned, if you're doing it with one hand, it's a lot harder. Use a tripod. I have a tripod linked in my Amazon storefront. I use it for everything. I'll use it for this camera. It works so great. And if you are using it with the phone, you can even connect the thing with like those remote controllers on Bluetooth, and it works super well. Toothpaste tablet. It is normal that unboxings are a bit longer. So I think this video, this video was max 30 seconds. That's what the brand requested, max 30 seconds. So in order for me to fit it all, I had to speed up the unboxing, which is great because it also makes it more dynamic. It's not like you're watching yourself pull one thing. You always have to think of the other person on the other side of the screen. If you don't know how to think about the other person on the other side of the screen, think about what you do when you consume. If something is taking too long, swipe next. Just ask yourself what you're looking for, and that's a great example of what you should be creating. So I showed that, then I actually showed myself brushing my teeth. One of the things that I really liked about this brand is that they mentioned like, hey, it still provides foam, which as a user of this product, I think that's a huge thing. And I think I could have showed that a bit better. And I think I recorded it, but it just looks sloppy, you know, like I'm gonna have like, you know, the foam just rolling down my mouth, like no. So also think about what looks visually appealing. So I think I just cut that out, but I like showed that I was brushing my teeth. The setting is super important. Like I'm in the bathroom. This would be very different. And if I'm showing you just in my living room, in my kitchen, always think about that when you're recording a video. And then the end, just a quick movement. Something that I really love is like creating like an end screen. I love doing that because the brand can add in different things on top depending on exactly what platform they're using it on. So that's example number 5. I said I was going to show 5 examples, so there you have it. But now let's move on to the good stuff. Okay, these are all examples from the past 2 years. I think none of these are recent, and there's a reason why. These are all at very different price points because they were also at different points in my UGC journey. So obviously when I started out, I've told you guys in previous videos, I was okay with accepting $20 per video. I was like, sure, fine. Like the first video I ever made was like $20, $30. So very different price points. I think the most I made from the exact examples I showed was probably 300 for a video. So one of those that you saw was about 300. There are brands even from the few examples I showed, because honestly, last time I checked, I had partnered and I had done more than 200 UGC videos. So there are brands overall that I wouldn't work with. There are brands in those examples that I wouldn't work with. Why? No matter what price point it's at, as I've grown in my UGC journey, I've changed what I offer, who I offer it to, what brands I want to have my face ultimately tied to, just because I am also building an audience, right? If I didn't have an audience, maybe it would be completely different because it's just like, whatever. That's at the end what UGC is. It's not because you have an audience, but you're just doing the content creation part of the job, which is something that I love. But at this moment, I'm like, okay, hold on. If these people are sending me ads that they're seeing with my face, what do I ultimately want them to be seeing? So I think those are questions that you can start to ask later on in the game. And also just the whole process of everything has changed. Like I mentioned, I was going to talk about revisions. Right now at Max, I'll offer 1 editing revision included. Anything on top of that is extra. And listen to this closely because I today realized that I made this mistake. So number 1, why do I offer editing and filming revisions? Because it's very different. If it's editing, for example, the format wasn't right, the clip wasn't right, I can edit and it's very easy to do. If they need a change in the script, in the setting, in what I'm showing, that literally requires me to do basically the whole video again. That takes time. So now that has a charge because I've learned from my mistakes. Now, even worse, me knowing this, me knowing that any brand I work with, I lay out like, hey, 1 editing revision. If it's a filming revision, it's going to cost so and so. Guess what? I'm currently working with a brand that I love, a brand that I have worked with on multiple occasions. I love the relationship with the team. And since we have worked, very often this time where they're like, hey, these videos, I'm like, yeah, sure, of course. I didn't mention the filming revision. I didn't mention an editing revision. I basically didn't mention anything at all. I got the email today and there's changes. She's like, hey, let's change this. And it's part of the script, which honestly is like, ugh, it bugs me because we went back and forth with the script. The script was approved by them, and now there's a change in the script, which means I have to refilm. Yet, since there's nothing in writing and I didn't mention this time, like, hey, refilming would be extra, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it. So learn from my mistakes, because even after years and tons of brands I've worked with, there is still mistakes that I make, like not writing everything in detail. No matter how many times I've worked with a brand, I'm learning my lesson that I will always say like, hey, like always, you get this and this. Why didn't I say it this time? I don't know, but here we are, learning and growing. I got into this very early. I started doing these videos before it kind of ultimately popped off, which is why I even allowed myself to do $20 per video. Would I allow myself that today? No. Do I ever recommend you to do that? No, because content is valued at so much more, and it takes time to create content. And anybody that has created content before knows it. So while UGC isn't my main source of income anymore, it's changed. What hasn't changed is that everything I do at the core of it is still tied to content. I am a big believer of content. I love content. I love brainstorming ideas for brands. I love just creating it for myself, for the things that I love, which is why I still keep up with the channel even after years of like changing throughout different niches. If you look at it, right? If you look at all my videos, like I've definitely changed, but at the core of it, I love content. I think that's one of like my biggest pillars, and I'll always continue to share the journey of, you know, what I'm doing with content, where content is taking me, what I'm creating content of. And that's exactly what you find on this channel and everywhere in like my little ecosystem of my newsletter and my Instagram. That's pretty much what it's all about. So there you have it. I had gotten a lot of comments requesting examples, and I hope it serves as a really good guide. See you next week.